Hello and welcome to the features and benefits video of the Svartpilen 801. We want to give you an overview of all the technology and components we have put into the motorcycle. And to help me with that, I have the product manager with me, Augustin. This bike is all new. Completely, absolutely the newest Svartpilen on the market. Can you give us a headline of what that means?
So it means that we designed a completely new motorcycle, inspired in the scrambler look, but we have developed a completely new motorcycle for Husqvarna based on the LC8C platform with a new engine, a new frame, new subframe, new ergonomics, new everything.
And customers will experience a lot of interesting, cool and fun things, especially on the first glance just looking at the motorcycle. So from the outside, we have a lot of design elements that clearly distinguish the motorcycle as a scrambler. So it makes them very unique motorcycles in the market. But in the end, for us, it's also from a functionality, a naked bike. That means it comes with a certain riding dynamic. And I think to explain them what's behind the motorcycle, let's start at what you feel when you come first time to the motorcycle and you take a seat on it.
I think one of the first things you will feel, and it's pretty impressive for a mid-class motorcycle, is the 820mm seat height. It's very accommodating, very opening for every type of rider. So even if you are vertically challenged, you will be able to ride it with full comfort. Next to it, the new handlebars with the really cool crossbar that are up, giving you a straightforward riding position, very neutral. You can spend as many kilometers as you want on the motorcycle, feeling full comfort and not getting tired.
And even for taller people, for customers that are a little bit longer, they find a lot of space on the motorcycle. We have moved all this tank fairing side to the front, giving more room for the legs, and also the footrest. I think it is now a little bit lower compared maybe to other models
Exactly.
like the Svartpilen 701. So now people have more space also to fit.
Yes, some people may be scared that now we have a lower seat height, you are super cramped and no space for your legs. But yes, the engineers are super clever and they found a way to lower the foot pegs without losing lean angle clearance, which is very important for a dynamic riding experience on the street.
Two more benefits for you, if you think about the Svartpilen 801, is the adjustability of the levers on the brake and on the clutch side, as well as the handlebar position that can be tuned towards you in a second mounting position. Now, we are on the bike, we are accommodated, we've made our settings, we are feeling at home already. We start the engine, we start the bike. What do we feel?
You will feel immediately that we have a twin-cylinder motorcycle now. The engine is a parallel twin with a 75-degree offset on the crank. This means that the power delivery is very similar to a V-twin, but with the benefits of a more compact platform that gives in the end a more compact motorcycle that is easier to ride for smaller or bigger riders. This new engine accommodates also a pass clutch, which gives a very smooth riding experience and has an awesome 4.5 liters of fuel consumption, with a total of about 240 kilometers of range in the 14-liter tank.
105 horsepower.
Yes.
87 Newton meters of torque. So plenty of torque and power all the way through. That sets us as a very good position, I think, in our segment.
And later next year, we will have also a lower power A2 restricted version for those beginner riders that only have an A2 license.
Even better. The service intervals are quite long. We're talking about 15,000 kilometers after the first service. So there's also on that side catered for everybody in that sense. All right, we started the engine. We have a nice V-twin imitating parallel twin.
Yes.
Comparing the exhaust here with other models we have seen in the market, this is actually completely unique to the Svartpilen 801. It has this casted aluminum end cap that integrates very well with the design, gives it a nice sound also, especially on the deceleration. I think also you will enjoy it once you test ride the motorcycle. But let's dive into a couple of the dynamics and the feeling you get when you ride the motorcycle. Maybe starting from the frame, what feedback does the motorcycle give to you?
So, as we already said, This is a completely new motorcycle with a new frame, a new subframe, and new swing arm. The frame is a steel frame, pretty standard, but what is really cool is that uses the engine as part of the stiffness members of the frame, giving a lot of feedback from the street to the user to understand and be really easy to drive and to know what you are doing on the street and push your own limits. The new subframe and swing arm are cast aluminum that allow us to have a very light part, but also complex. So a lot of the features are already integrated and it has an amazing finish. You can see here we are not using any plastic covers, we are not hiding it, we are displaying it because it's a really cool piece of technology.
Also, my personal favorite here on the design is the integration of the airbox and the air intake on the side of the subframe, making it really visible that this motorcycle needs to breathe because it produces a lot of power. Next to that, you would maybe think about the suspension. So the suspension is coming from WP, one of our trusted suppliers. What's the highlights here?
As you say, they are really high quality components, and what we have incorporated on this motorcycle is the new 5-click system of adjustment. So on your forks, you have a compression and rebound that you can adjust on 5 clicks. 5 clicks does not mean that the adjustment is very small. You can do a lot of adjustment, as much as on the older 30 clickers that we have.
So the adjustment range is still there, but we separated it into 5 clicks.
Exactly. The idea is for this type of usage, you do one setting that you have in a very sport twisty mountain pass, and then you go back and you find a very cool gravel road. You want to go there. 3 clicks away, you have your off-road setting, you have all the comfort and all the support that you need, and then you can enjoy your new adventure.
That's very cool. The same logic goes also for our shock. It's adjustable in the preload and also in the rebound damping.
Exactly.
Again, with a 5-click adjuster, but this one needs a tool like a screwdriver or a coin to be adjusted. Whereas the front can be adjusted simply with the hands and with the quick adjusters. Also, there's a steering damper coming standard with the motorcycle. This aids with the stability, especially if we're looking at higher speeds and bumpiness in the roads.
Or tricky terrains where the grip is not so evident.
Yeah, like our gravel roads that we want to conquer with the Svartpilen 801. All right, what other components do we need to talk about in terms of maybe the braking performance or also agility when we come down to the rears?
So, braking, very important topic and very tricky for a motorcycle like this, where you have to use it on the street and on gravel roads. So we have a twin 300mm front setup, which is very, very capable, but we chose special pads that are not so aggressive. So when you go off-road, you don't get scared, you don't have some sudden motion from the front, and you can really predict what the brakes are going to do. On the rear, we have a very capable 240mm disc that will for sure allow you to skid the rear as much as you want. And they are affixed to 17-inch wheels, front and rear. They are a compromise between off-road capability and full agility on the street. And for this compromise, we have chosen MT60 tires, which is exactly that, a tire that is perfect on asphalt, fantastic on the gravel road, and incredible on the rain. But if you want to make it your own, make it different, 17-inch wheels are super popular. You can find many, many different tires for many providers.
To customize it basically for any type of use case that you want to build it for, especially if you want to go even more sporty, this setup basically takes you there right away. What else do we have to talk about? I think what is also a massive update and the benefit to all of you out there is the dashboard and all the software that we've implemented with it. So we have a 5-inch TFT dashboard full of animations and a new user interface, which is handled by our new switch cube design. The buttons on the handlebar are all backlit, so you can easily navigate it also in darker situations, and there's plenty of functionality behind it. Can you take us through the main highlights of the electronic safety package?
I think the main highlight is the new 4 riding modes. So we have 3 standard modes: rain, street, and sport. Very descriptive. I think you can imagine what they do. It's very simple. But we have a 4th very cool dynamic mode. What does this mean? On dynamic mode, you can customize the settings as much as you want. So you can enable or disable Supermoto ABS, which will allow you to skid the rear wheel while having ABS on the front for security. You can also turn on and off MSR, which is our technology working together with the pass clutch to aid into sudden slowdowns when you really step on the gear and go down, 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 not to skid the rear wheel too much, giving a choppy feeling. We also have a rear slide control where you can adjust the sensibility of the traction control, and if you feel brave, you can start putting the wheel outside, doing some spinning, which is super cool. And also, what every single Svartpilen 801 comes standard is Easy Shift, our quick shifting technology, so you don't need to use the clutch all the time.
So all of these features and benefits in the Svartpilen 801 make it a quite competitive package out there. There's also some few off-road specific scrambler design elements with the high license plate holder. We have a crossbar on the handlebars here, the skid plate protecting us from a couple of gravel chips, and all-around LED lights, and the very distinguishable LED headlight ring that clearly marks us as a Husqvarna motorcycle, and it is very distinguishable if it shows up in the rear mirror of one of you in this future. But that's not all. You can also make the Svartpilen 801 your own using our technical accessory portfolio and some of our apparel. So we want to also give you an insight of some of the highlights of our collection. So here we have an accessorized bike as an example of what you can build with our portfolio. We have a couple of design-focused parts. For example, our fly screen here, made from forged carbon. It completely integrates into the design and has a very distinguished look because of the material mix and the forged carbon fiber structure given to it. We have a headlight protection that you can use to protect your headlight if you're more of a gravel road guy or girl and want to experience a little bit of the outdoors. There's multiple CNC machine parts and covers that you can get to enhance the look and get the bike even more premium, as well as clutch and brake levers that are adjustable not only in the width like the standard ones, but also in the length. So you can have them perfectly fitting to your ergonomics as well as the style of your motorcycle. The low-end handlebar mirrors that are pointing here onto the downside give the whole motorcycle a lower appearance and make it really badass looking. You will find them machined from CNC aluminum and completely black anodized with the Husqvarna logo on top as a very premium feel and touch to them. There's also luggage and phone options. If you want, for example, to go through the city, you have the tank bag with you. This comes not only with a rain cover, but also with a strap. So you just put all your gear inside, zip it up, put the strap, and you can carry it around with you into the city. So you can also not worry about any long installation process or anything like this, because the magnets hold on to the steel tank rack that is also adding and integrating into the design, giving the Svartpilen 801 a more rugged look. Moving on over a couple other parts on the motorcycle. We have the Ergo seat, which has a different padding. All of our test riders spend a lot of time on the motorcycle to find the right blend of material mix and seat composure. But this one is specially made for higher comfort with a different layer inside to give you the maximum durability and comfort on the ride. It has a different design and is also available in an upholstered version, so it adds 25 millimeters to the seat. You will find here our Akrapovic silencer made from titanium with a carbon end cap. This not only increases the sporty design of the motorcycle, but also adds to the sound. You will have a lot more throaty and sporty exhaust noise, especially when decelerating. You will have a little bit of a burbling on the deceleration of the motorcycle. It also comes with a lower weight, 25% lower actually than the standard exhaust, and is a plug-and-play system, so you don't need any other software or dealer to help you install it. it comes as a plug-and-play system. A couple other features are, for example, here on the pillion seat cover. There's an optional ergo seat that would match it, or if you want to go in the sporty design like we did here with the Akrapovic, you can have the cover fully integrated into the design and making it very neat and tidy at the rear. This goes in conjunction with the LED indicators. They are extra small and made from aluminum, so you can have the minimal design while enjoying the full safety and premium look of your motorcycle. For safety, we also added a protection grille on the radiator. This is made from aluminum and has always this blend of maximum airflow or maximum protection. But the engineers made sure you're covered on both sides, so your bike does not overheat and does not get chips into the radiator from stones if you take it onto the gravel road. So definitely a recommendation for those who want to take it off the paved roads. The same goes for the axle protectors. They are made from aluminum as well and integrate into design very neatly. They are made completely black, so they are not as present in the visual point of view, but they're there for you to save your fork or swing arm in the unlikely event of a crash. Another part we installed on the Svartpilen 801 is the rear sprocket. It's a stealth sprocket from Super Sprox, and it's made 50% of aluminum and 50% of steel, giving us the best weight saving with the best durability over a long time. It's silver and black, so matching also the color scheme of the Svartpilen 801. Moving back up onto the handlebar, we have a phone holder in our portfolio, in our lineup from SP Connect that is very easy to install. And for those of you who are interested into cruise control, you can get a specific switch for that integrates the cruise control function to the handlebar, and it also allows you to adjust the slip adjustment with this special switch in a direct way. There will also be a customizable switch for you to navigate to your favorite function right with one click. And with that, we are at the end of our features and benefits video. We hope you enjoyed it and you got a good overview. If you have any questions, go to your dealer, find out about the motorcycle yourself, go to test ride the motorcycle and enjoy the journey.